What happens at a trial?
So before I go into what happens at a trial, let me first explain plea bargaining. If you discuss in trial, that means your attorney and the assistant state attorney were not able to come to an agreement, meaning a plea deal on your behalf. So let me explain it this way. If you charge with, let's say, a felony petty theft, and it is your first time committing a crime, and your attorney most likely will discuss it with the state and say, state, this is his first time. He hasn't committed any other crime. Can we reduce it to maybe a misdemeanor petty theft? Lesser crime, correct? And if you agree with that, then you will plea bargain and maybe you'll do probation. However, if you know beyond into the exclusion of every reasonable doubt that you're not guilty and you want to take it to trial, well, obviously that's within your constitutional right to do so. So what happens at trial? Well, at trial, the state needs to prove that you are guilty beyond and to the exclusion of every reasonable doubt. The burden is completely on the state to prove that. So the state must call witnesses to prove that you are guilty. What happens? Facts, evidence that will come in. And of course, if you're facing a certain amount of times in jail, you're entitled to have a jury. So there's going to be a jury that the assistant state attorney and your attorney will pick, right? For misdemeanors and lower felonies, most likely 6-member jury panel. Okay. And so the state will call witnesses. Your attorney will cross-examine those witnesses. And potentially your attorney will also call witness to testify on your behalf. And after both sides have their say, the state goes first, present their evidence, or actually the state will give an opening statement or open arguments. Your attorney will provide his opening statement. Then you go into calling witnesses and so on. And the state will rest. After the state rests, then there are more procedures, but just to shorten it up, your attorney will have an opportunity to provide rebuttal evidence on your behalf. And after your attorney rests, then the judge will provide instructions to the jury, and the jury gets to decide based on the facts presented, the evidence presented, are you in fact guilty beyond and to the exclusion of every reasonable doubt.